Rugby Championship match between Farriers Wairarapa and Horowhenua Kapiti as we celebrate our 50th, or 51st anniversary actually. We've been delayed from last year. Good round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. It's fantastic, it's great to hear. This should be an absolutely fantastic game. Obviously, all-weather turf. A little bit of wind out there today earlier, but it's died down, and it's been a pretty successful weekend thus far. A bit of a mix and mingle last night with the celebrations and tall stories, and the parliamentary side, and a Wairarapa Bush Invitational, and plus the Barbars playing Wellington Centurions earlier, and the under-18s as well. So, fantastic. See the Wairarapa Bush boys, brand new this season, welcoming the Horowhenua boys with their haka as well.
Ko Wairarapa.
What I love about this too is the Ko Wairarapa haka was not only has been performed by all of our school children, but it is very much Wairarapa written and performed in Wairarapa now for a good 3-4 years.
Broke a world record with that haka, didn't we?
We did on this very park, actually. Yeah. A little bit different, you know.
2 steps over just to stir the pot.
Look, we're in for an absolutely classic neighbour battle today. Farriers Wairarapa Bush, Horowhenua Kapiti. There's a cup on the line, the PGG Wrightson's Trophy. It's been up for a few years now, actually. They've played for it here, they've played for it in Levin, and they've even played for it at the Caketon, actually, in Wellington. So this will be fabulous. So from your TV screens, playing from the south will be the Farriers Wairarapa Bush with first 5 Aiden Champion set to get us underway. Big welcome to our viewers as well in Horowhenua Kapiti. Great to have you online watching this match and live streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, and you're adding on to festivities from last night. There was a mix and mingle. Congratulations to the Carterton under-11s and the Marist under-13s who took out their respective competitions as well.
Big scores, I understand, Beachy, too.
Yeah, well, I think the first one's a bit tighter than the second one, but some great rugby. Oh, not a good start.
Never set pass, but it's been called back.
Very lucky.
Referee Dan coming down from the Hawke's Bay, and that was that could have been disastrous in the first couple of minutes of the match for the Farriers Wairarapa Bush. It looks like we'll go down for the first scrum of the match. Interesting pack, this Horowhenua Kapiti pack. I've watched them over the last couple of weeks. They're certainly sizable, there's no doubt about that. But equally matched, there's some really good experience, Davida, in that forward pack.
Yeah, there is. Look, there is. And Peter Beach will be able to fill us in on some of the last-minute changes Wairarapa Bush have had to encompass through injury and sickness.
Yeah, for sure. So it even looks like it changed the starting day 15. Logan Flutie must be on the bench, and he's been replaced by Logan Wakefield. And Wairarapa Bush missing today, Captain James Goodyear and Sam Gammy, who both had injuries on Thursday night at training, which is a shame.
Shame to lose those campaigners. Charles Mataitai out injured as well. We unfortunately have been ravaged, as you know, Beachy, by injuries this year, because you should be out there as well, shouldn't you?
Yep, had the unfortunate to blow up my bicep against the Wellington Samoans in the last pre-season game, but that's rugby.
Too much weight's not enough speed work,
as the old saying goes.
Yep. Brilliant. All right. So
see another knock on there from the first 5 from Wairarapa Bush, Aiden Champion scrum here.
Just been looking at the Horowhenua Kapiti team. They usually have Hamish Buick running point for them at number 10. He's been replaced by Cody Edwards this week. Hamish Buick has given great great pedigree. He has won a Jubilee Cup with OBU before and has played quite a lot of games for Horowhenua Kapiti. In saying that though, Cody Edwards, playing out to Kawa Club in Palmerston North, has spent some time in the Manawatu Academy. I think he also had a stint down south as well.
Yeah, his debut today for HK, so great to see him there, champion with the ball, flicks it off. Looks like Wairarapa Bush attacking from the eastern side of the ground. They're not going anywhere. They've been shut down pretty quick. Champion with the ball. Flicks it out. Jack Loader. Big boy had a good, strong game last week. A reasonable carry there. He's gained a couple of metres as the ball looks to get flicked out and reset. They've gone with a box. It's not hugely effective, though.
Penalty there, though, for Wairarapa Bush.
Advantage, so good option there.
So we're talking about selections and depth in the forward pack. One name I see that's been called on, the one and only Jared Hawkins from the Martinborough club. One might
You know, he's got a lot of get up and guard, a lot of grunt for a young.
at second five as well, bending that line. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, Tougher has kind of been a Mr. Fix-It for a lot of backlines over the past couple of years, playing for Marist in 2020 and Upper Hutt Rams in 2022.
Was he playing fullback for Upper Hutt, or did he sort of move into the
He was
midfield?
playing number 10 and 12.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Right.
He looks like he's put on a little bit of size, Peter Beach.
Oh, ball's going everywhere. Ryan Wilson's got it. Referee's got a bit of advantage there with a knock-on from Horowhenua Kapiti.
Good strong carry by Tupou there.
Fantastic ball set up well for Wairarapa Bush. There we go. We're attacking again. Oh, don't get held up there, lads.
Get your knee down. Yep.
Ball comes out. Pickering flicks it out. Champion with the ball. It's attacked for the midfield. It's tougher. Lovely footwork there. Just having a wee stumble. But Wairarapa Bush certainly in good field position. Cartier with the ball.
Great start by Wairarapa Bush here. Tougher constantly getting over the advantage line, which is pleasing to see.
Free touches and free times he's broken that advantage line. Great start.
Knock on there by halfback Daryl Pickering.
Andrew Smith taking that ball into contact now. Horowhenua Kapiti get the ball back. But really, it's all been Farriers Wairarapa Bush in the Horowhenua Kapiti half for the first few minutes of this match, lads. And some great attacking promise. And this is the kind of speed and the kind of lost for words, very unreal for me. But the intent, there we go. Let's go with that one. This is the intent we want to show for the entire 80 minutes, isn't it?
It is. Yep. They're just going to have to be appreciate that ball a bit more. BG. I think three times now we've given it back to the opposition through handling areas. They're going to have to scrub up on that area of the game if they want to have a chance here today.
Kapiti looking pretty solid in the scrum there. So the halfback flicks it out. That is Jack Tato Robertson. Going for the kick downfield.
Spotted some big space in behind there.
It's going to roll on the turf as well.
And Ben Brookings taking it. Ben Brooking, fullback out of Petone Club, one of several imports for Wairarapa Bush today. Really intrigued to see how him and Aiden Champion go first five, respectively.
Yep, you want your imports to be your big-time performers, so they're going to be carrying a lot of expectation on them as well. So we're expecting them to pick up and carry a lot of the load and make some of those breaks.
I completely agree, Peter Beach. If we're going to bring these guys in, they need to stand out. We should be able to pick out who are the imports from the sideline, and they should be able to perform for 80 minutes.
100%.
Horowhenua Kapiti taking up to the 10-metre line on the Wairarapa Bush side of halfway. Good, strong run there from the blue, red and whites.
Tyler Tane, were you saying he was going to play for Greytown a few years ago, Tavita?
He was signed up in the COVID year for Greytown, was there all pre-season, and then the season was cut short, so he decided to go back to Wairarapa and be the top point scorer in the Wellington comp that same year. So a great acquisition to the Horowhenua Kapiti team.
Wairarapa Bush looking a bit short out wide there. If Horowhenua go that way, could be in a bit of trouble.
Some numbers there. Oh, the guy we're talking just jinxed them. They had a penalty advantage. It'll be interesting to see what they do here if they're just going to take the points, which they are.
Straight for the uprights there is early points. Got to go down very well. We've seen this year. I mean, Wairarapa Bush going down last week by just 4 points to Poverty Bay, 30-26. Can be very, very key moments in the game, even early on.
It is for sure, Brent. And it was a game that could have gone either way very easily, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just at the start of the season. I think we've seen a few handling errors from Wairarapa Bush. It's cost them points. Novo Tago is probably a prime example of that. And then last week, just some defensive lapses that made a bit of an impact.
In the season so far for HK, how have they performed? 2 games, I believe.
Yeah, win and a loss. Win over Ngāti Porou East Coast, and then a loss to South Canterbury, who seemed like the absolute team to beat this season.
Yeah, they seem to be front runners already. Only 2 games deep, but got some good pedigree there down south.
Yeah, they sure have. It's great to see them take the game around their province as well. What a bit of work's been done at Alpine Energy Stadium.
And I may have been mistaken, but did I see a one James Pucklety on the team sheet for them earlier in the pre-season?
Yeah, he's been playing for the B team.
Is he?
As of late, I've been checking that. Yeah, so good work by James.
It's all forwards and one back out there at the moment, so they'll keep that nice and tight.
Good covering tackle earlier by Jack Lowe to be able to get back there to shut that down.
Horowhenua Kapiti just looking to slow it down and reset a little bit. They've got the penalty.
Daryl Pickering not rolling away.
Yeah.
There we go. Definitely kickable position as well. They are already 3-0 up, and this could extend the lead to 6. Or do you have a bit of a chance your arm here and test the line-out a little bit, Tavita? The line-outs haven't looked too bad.
Look, I'm a big fan of just building points when you have the opportunity, and this is a prime opportunity. Find yourself 2 scoring plays out, then maybe start chancing your arm to spread that lead. The ball must be greasy out there, eh? We've seen, not just from the Wairarapa Bush side, we've seen HK lose the ball a couple of times.
100%. And I think if you're Horowhenua Kapiti, you're building some scoreboard momentum here as well. Just keep that ticking over every time you get down into the Wairarapa Bush half.
Yeah, we have seen the odd sort of shower throughout the day, and it can make the turf a little bit slippery, and that ball will be like a grass field, a little bit of a cake of soap.
Yep. And looking over at the flag on the far side, you can see there's a strong breeze heading sort of southeast, I think it is. So that corner that they nailed before, I expect to see a fair few kicks heading that same direction through the course of this first half from HK.
Second penalty attempt from Horowhenua Kapiti, and it is over.
Halfback kicking as well.
Jack Tato Robertson adding the points. 6 points for him today so far. And we are just on 12 minutes into the game. All right, important restart for the Farriers Wairarapa Bush. Want to get on top of this Horowhenua Kapiti team nice and early.
In that one there, great tackle.
Chase. Is that Logan Wakefield on the field already that we see, is it?
Yeah, he went in to start instead of Logan Flutie.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Sorry. And just picked that up now.
Bit of a don't argue there coming from the captain by the looks of things, Eddie Cranston.
Against the opposition captain as well.
Yeah, Ryan Shelford. What a legend for Horowhenua Kapiti.
Yep.
This is 101st game now, I believe, for its province, which is hugely impressive. Farriers Wairarapa Bush will look to reply with hopefully 3 points of their own as champion lines up.
There's actually a great article on New Zealand rugby battlers on Ryan Shelford as well. Brought up 150 games for Parapara Umu this year as club team as well.
Outstanding. If that doesn't get a top mention on the Legend of Marty Banks Facebook page, you'd be quite surprised. When
are they going to get Tavita Isaac's 300 plus for Greytown in there? That's what I want to know.
That's impressive.
You're Ryan Shelford played against him a number of times. He's quite the character, definitely a leader in his troops, that guy. Carries a lot of mana, and the boys are all willing to go into battle with him at the front. Wairarapa Bush first chance at points for them today.
Champion lines it up. Chaser's ready to go. Stadium goes absolutely deathly silent. And he's missed it. It's bounced off the post. You don't see that too often these days, but the ball's gone forward. It's been knocked on by the Farriers Wairarapa Bush. And we'll come back for a scrum. Horowhenua Kapiti midfield, about 20-odd metres in from the HK try line.
It's another handling area, boys. Would not like to see the count of handling errors only 13 minutes into the game.
Yeah, too right. This is about the 4th or 5th scrum.
It's a real shame. Obviously, Horowhenua Kapiti will be looking to hopefully clear this ball.
A bit of space. Fullback finds himself in a different sort of position with the direction of the wind. I thought he would be dropping towards the eastern side, but let's see.
Big scrum for the Farriers Wairarapa Bush. The referee's blown it up, Lance. Nope. Lovely comment coming through from Facebook. Is this not on Sky? Judging by the level of commentary, I'm going to go with a no. But in case you're watching Sky TV, I'm sure there'll be someone that'll pay for it. We're quite happy to join you.
See the right winger, Asiri Waka, has now dropped back, anticipating the kick is probably going to go the direction of the wind.
Look, he scored a fantastic try against Poverty Bay last week, and reminiscent of
great scrum, Wairarapa Bush. Yes, and they win the penalty there. This should be regulation, 3 points again, and the boys are pumped.
That is what we want to see. Almost reminiscent of what the All Blacks did to the Argentinians last week. It's not very often you saw a Puma scrum go backwards, but the All Blacks certainly destroying it, and a very, very good scrum there for the Farriers Wairarapa Bush. His champion will look at his second attempt, and hopefully 3 points on this one.
But that penalty is courtesy of the two Tongan props at the front, Tupo Leala Manu and Tolu Fahamokio. Great scrum.
Great effort there.
Two absolute scrumming juggernauts and great ball carriers as well.
This is actually the first sort of official home game, you might say, of the Heartland Championship. The first game was a reply match for North Otago. We'd played them down at Forsyth Bar Stadium last year. And so we played them in Manawatu this year. So good crowd. You probably can't see it on the coverage in the grandstand because it is a little bit damp. There is a bit of a drizzly, bit of drizzle coming down there onto the turf, which makes things a bit slippery.
Flags go out. That's lovely. Great start, Wairarapa Bush. Getting some points for all that territory they've had in the opening stanza here, BG. Yeah,
16 minutes gone, 6 points to 3, and you'd be hoping with all the attacking intent earlier on that scoreboard might be a little bit higher for the Bush boys, but
take what you can get, Brent.
Absolutely.
Crucial here that they take out this kick-off though and reset and start again.
Yeah, so we're celebrating this weekend 50 years of the Wairarapa and Bush unions merging to form Wairarapa Bush, hence the name. And it's great to see so many of the teams that played in the final NPC win in 2005 are in attendance today, and likewise the inaugural Meads Cup, which we won in Cook's Garden 2006.
Ooh, we could be in a bit of trouble there, Ace Walker. No, just a penalty.
Probably fortunate. We've seen other games where cards have been issued for those sorts of tackles.
Yeah.
Kapiti player down, just getting a little bit of attention.
That rainfall's
controversial ruling that competing for ball in the air. Like if you were to watch a replay there, you'll clearly see Asiri Waka was looking up in the air and he had jumped with fair intent to catch the ball. But yeah, like you're right, we watch these international matches, and going off that, he's probably lucky that a penalty is all he got.
Very lucky. So Horowhenua Kapiti will look to use that for field position, bit of advantage. So line out coming.
So about 22 metres out here, will they be looking to spin the ball here or keep it tight in the wet and drive this one up?
Well, the good thing about being on the 22 is you do have that option 22-metre drive might be a bit of a big ask, but they've got the full pack to do it.
That is correct.
Certainly got the size and very much the capability.
I'd like to see Wairarapa Bush contest here, try and disrupt. Andrew Smith or Dominic getting up. Great work, Andrew Smith.
They've done a very, very good job there. Farriers Wairarapa Bush won that line out. Just shy of their 22. Big box kick coming in from halfback Daryl Pickering.
It's a great kick.
Great passage of play there by Wairarapa Bush.
Yeah, stole the line out. As you mentioned, Andrew Smith getting up there, disrupting it very, very nicely and winning it for the home side. And about 11 and a bit metres out on the Wairarapa Bush side of halfway. That's Horowhenua to throw.
Oh, balking, surely.
Yep.
Yep.
It's been called.
Great pressure at line out time by Wairarapa Bush.
It's the second one I've seen this year, actually. Certainly at this level, you don't actually see a lot of balking, do you?
No, you don't. Special mention Andrew Smith as well. Today he's playing his 25 games, getting a blazer.
Yeah, outstanding. And it's, I guess when you look at the Heartland season, it just goes to show, we've got some real battlers out there. We mentioned Ryan Shelford earlier for Horowhenua Kapiti, and 25 games, let alone 100 games, just goes to show how long these boys have been playing and representing their province.
He's also played quite a couple of seasons for Mid Canterbury, Andrew Smith, and won the Meads Cup once upon a time. No, that's not good.
One penalty for Horowhenua Kapiti this time, getting one back on Wairarapa Bush.
Is this in the number 9's range?
Yeah, probably is on the angle, actually, to be fair. But it looks like they're going to go for the line-out option.
Okay.
Just to put a bit more pressure on the Wairarapa Bush line-out, see if our blazer man Andrew Smith can disrupt this one again. Just about a metre, so 21 odd metres out from the try line. Horowhenua Kapiti to throw.
Ryan Shelford going up and winning that one.
Tripped up video and players.
Oh, surely that couldn't be a penalty. He just fell over.
You can see a Wairarapa Bush player getting up there.
Not rolling away again, is it? Yeah,
He's not happy with that call.
Captain Eddie Cranston going over to have a bit of a word, and
picking their line out again.
Tolly seeking some clarification from the referee there about what happened. No doubt getting a thorough explanation from the referee.
Be very surprised if the first 5 actually touches the ball after this line out throw. I imagine they're going to drive it again.
Good fake and hitting, and oh.
Or not. There we are. Ryan Shelford at the front.
going short. He's only a couple of metres out now, Horowhenua Kapiti, as they look to attack the ball, and the old classic pick and goes. Bit of push and shove happening on the side there. Big defensive effort required by the green and reds now, and there's some good go forward from Horowhenua Kapiti. Looked like they were going to be held up and pushed back there for a moment, but good, powerful leg drive, and they've got a head there. That's Shelford again. There's the Horowhenua big number 8 comes in there, Callum Watts pointer. Gives them the go forward, they're getting close to the line. Getting driven over the ruck there. Upper Bush should be very careful not to concede penalty here.
Oh no. Held up.
Big effort.
Great effort by Aidan Champion there, was it?
Bit of a get out of jail free with the held up. That could have gone either way.
Dominic Hurley as well. Great tackle. And there'll be a goal line dropout.
Yeah, look, there's a bit of niggle here. Of course, the old rules, it would have been a 5-minute scrum being held up. But obviously...
What are your guys' thoughts on that one? Do you like that rule?
Me personally, very much in favour of that rule. Hold a player up, get an opportunity to take the ball back down there as opposed to a 5-metre scrum. I think that's one of the better modifications of the game. Well, that didn't work to plan, I don't believe.
No, it isn't. What Upper Bush, he managed to get it back. They're about 25 metres out on the eastern side of the ground as Daryl Pickering looks to go. Penalty has come, not releasing the player, the tackled player there, Horowhenua Kapiti, and they'll be kicking themselves for that. They've been trying to get down this end of the field now for some time. They've managed to do it, and Well, looks like they're going to be heading backwards again.
Very stop-start game, boys. I don't think we've seen much more than 2 minutes of open play without the whistle blowing for a scrum or a penalty.
Ryan Wilson from the Gladstone Club.
One good mention for Wairarapa Bush, though. I know Jamie Williams, assistant coach, has been working hard on that defensive line and how that they've been going into their tackles after last week's performance, and I think that's made a bit of quite a significant improvement since last week.
Yeah, very much so. Shorter line out for Farriers Wairarapa Bush. Jack Loader takes it up in the midfield.
Great carry by Ace Walker.
That is a fabulous carry. Again, you've seen the backs break that line.
Drop ball again.
Unfortunately, knock on there from Inia Katia at centre.
Another handling error that they just don't need when they got that momentum going.
50-22 could be on the cards here. And that's going to roll dead, I think, though.
It is going to go a little bit too far, but I think no, it's not going to hold up at all. So we'll go back. But some good enterprising play. Looking on the attack for the Farriers Wairarapa Bush. It's just those little fine points that we need to tighten up on. And, when someone like Inia or tougher inside him gets the ball, you never know what could happen.
That's right, and that's why they're picked in the team. They make something out of nothing.
Absolutely.
So, BG, you're a successful coach of the Marist Thirds and the Wairarapa Wahine Tour. If your players were making the handling errors that we've seen here today, what would you be telling you guys?
Look forward to some burpees and Broncos on Tuesday. I think would probably be a really good start.
Scared them with burpees and Broncos. That's a way to go.
Well, look, I think with that kind of stuff, when you're looking for that pinpoint accuracy and you're looking to really throw those moves in, you've got to get your players fatigued at training to be able to do it, to get it right. And once you've done that, and if you can nail it fatigued, then you can nail it 24 minutes into a game. That accuracy is so important. So one of the newer things, obviously, in the game these days is the water breaks, which we haven't really seen before. And the idea behind it was I actually watched a bit of a clip of one of the water carriers it was the South African Test, who was barking orders to the South African team. I think we were playing Wales at the time, from about a metre behind them, behind the try line. So the idea is to keep water carriers off the field. Yep. And you'll notice on the coverage later, you'll see both teams have actually got water bottles at either end of the field.
Oh, I do see that now.
Well, wasn't that the South African coach as well, though? Wasn't that the other main problem? He'd been banned and he just went on as the water boy. I did some research into this after I saw the rule. Bush got to hold up the scrum here. Jack Loader off the back. Great carry.
Big butt. And he's made a good 8 metres there, actually, Loader. He's done very, very well. Another carry from Wairarapa Bush. They're just short of the 10-metre line. Horowhenua Kapiti looking to throw a few players into the ruck and disrupt, and they've done a reasonable job. But no, we've gone over the top. We've sealed that ball off, and that is Jack Loader, I think, unfortunately. Just had that great carry off his feet into the ruck, and that's seen a penalty in favour of Horowhenua Kapiti.
Here it comes on the replay here, BG. Bang.
Loader gives one Aaron Lemurda a big how's your father, don't come next.
As Mr. Marshall would say, boomfa.
Wairarapa Bush should really want to be clearing out that ruck, though, next time. Just get that quick ball for Daryl Pickering there. It was far too slow, and Horowhenua Kapiti started disrupting that there, and obviously led to a turnover with Jack Loader going off his feet and sealing that off.
Yeah, look, it comes back to, have the ball is one thing, protect the ball is another. So you've got to make sure your bridges are there. You've got to make sure you are protecting the ball so you can set up for that next phase. And we haven't seen several continual phases of play. Have we, like you mentioned earlier?
We haven't seen 2 minutes of rugby open play. It's, the ref's whistle is, it's taken over. The boys are going to have to change something about how they're doing it if they want to stay in the game, because they're not going to be able to give the ball back to the opposition every 10 seconds if they want to win.
Lovely roll on from the forwards from Horowhenua Kapiti. They've got some momentum here.
Someone just spat out the other side there from
Wairarapa Bush. Lots of white jerseys in that maul. Here it comes.
Great tackle by Inia and Tougher there to shut that down, whoever peeled off.
Yeah, we're going to have to roll away.
Ball there for Horowhenua Kapiti, pick and go close to the line.
Can't quite see who's carrying that one. Up comes the halfback, he's looking to move it a little bit wider. Some good defence coming in here from the Farriers Wairarapa Bush, something Beachy you mentioned earlier they've worked on.
Wairarapa Bush had a bit of a sniff there, they're having a go, but they've left that one. They're going to have to really front up now to keep them out. Players going around to the open side. No one on the blind here for Horowhenua Kapiti, all loading up on the open side.
Lovely pods, a lovely little tip pass out to the centre of the field. They're pretty much right out in front of the post now, Horowhenua Kapiti, as they look to continue that attack.
Wairarapa Bush has got to keep holding on here. HK close to the line.
Very, very close. Not going to take much for them to go over. The big prop goes forward. He's run into the pad.
It's
He's
a
run
great
into
tackle by Eddie Cranston.
huge tackle from the captain.
And try, though.
The try has been scored.
The scramble defence was respectable from Wairarapa Bush there. Great intent, but they can only do that for so long.
Started from that line out there, uncontested from Wairarapa Bush, but a lovely maul going forward. They went right to left and have come away with a 5-pointer.
Can't see they're zooming in on there. I don't think it was Shelford.
Certainly getting a few high fives there, though. I don't think it was Shelford either, but nonetheless, it's Horowhenua Kapiti 11, kick to come, and the Farriers Wairarapa Bush 3. 28 minutes gone in the first half of this match.
I think if you go back to what Tavita alluded to earlier, Horowhenua Kapiti actually put more than probably 10 phases together there and came out with a result, so food for thought for both teams.
Interesting shoulder going in from Horowhenua Kapiti in that last ruck, actually.
Just looking at the Farriers Wairarapa Bush team warming up down there in front of us, some an interesting makeup on the reserve bench there, particularly in the backs with Suli Malatai, Nikora Iwi and Tristan Flutie, all winger specialists. Obviously a couple of them can play centre and fullback if need be, but yeah, I wonder who's covering first 5 halfback today if there's some injuries.
Champion to get us underway. It is 13-3, 29 minutes gone now in the first half here at Trust House Memorial Park. PGG Wrightson's Cup is up for grabs.
Great kick-off here. This could be contested well.
Great
Perfect.
take from, was it Logan Wakefield, was it?
Knocked on there by Andrew Smith, unfortunately, or knocked out. So advantage coming for Horowhenua Kapiti. They've got the ball, attacking the line. They made a couple of metres. They're about the 10-metre line on the Horowhenua Kapiti side of halfway. The ball getting flicked out to the backs. There's some open space there.
Knock on.
But a knock on has come. Wairarapa Bush have got the ball. They're working pretty hard out there. They've gone to get, is that Katia in there at halfback?
Great carry there by Tupou, getting rid of the first defender.
Lovely work around the rugby boys out in champion with the old dummy there.
Ben Brooking, sorry,
Ben Brooking,
first 5.
pardon me. Thank you very much.
Oh, Brian Wilson.
You cannot do that.
No. Oh, no counter-attack here.
Aaron Lemert breaking a couple of tackles, making some metres. He's taken made the most of that advantage.
This be a turnover penalty? No, Bush was screaming for it. Bit of space at the back.
Tyler Tane, can he find the 50-22? It's a reasonable kick, but it might bounce too far again.
It's a great chase there by the Horowhenua Kapiti winger. But
It's unfortunately a little too much Weebucks on that, so the boys will go back the second time, actually. Just you've got to really, really check your way to kicks, and on a slippery surface, even with the bounce, the ball will slide a little bit more on turf. 13-3.
Wairarapa Bush let out of jail again there with that kick. Finds them all the way back.
Ryan Wilson can make amends here with a big scrum here with a solid platform. Get these backs alight here, shall we?
Very much so. Look, it was a fantastic option, the kick, don't get me wrong. Horowhenua Kapiti looking for that space and looking to create opportunities there. As the scrum goes down, it's about 13 metres on the Horowhenua Kapiti side of halfway. Big scrum required here for the green and reds. Ball goes in, ball comes out pretty quickly. Oh, it's a lovely little stack play coming on there. Big tackle.
Contact. Well recycled though by Wairarapa Bush. Jack Loader has been busy today with some carries.
His work rate last week was pretty good as well against Poverty Bay.
Tupou only knows one way, and that's forward as well.
Yeah, bit of work going in around the ruck there from Horowhenua Kapiti. They're calling it. They're calling it. The referee's having none of it.
Turnover ball though.
Looks like it might have been a turnover there.
Right, so it's been passed back.
Here we go. The Wairarapa Bush back through a bit of space now, with the ball left to bounce.
Ben Brooking.
So there we go. He's outside his 22 there. It's gone straight into the hands of Horowhenua Kapiti and the halfback and kicker. That is Jack Tato Robertson.
Players lining up both sides of Horowhenua Kapiti, and they've gone to the open side. Great tackle there by Tupou.
Tupou Leolamanu.
Solid player. Horowhenua Kapiti though still in possession. Having a look. Do we go left or right? There's a pod set up to the right. There's a big number 8 carries. That is Cullen Watts Pointer. He's already had a big influence on this game already. Ryan Wilson told to leave it alone.
Cullen Watts Pointer playing out the Norths club who won the Jubilee Cup this year in Wellington.
Lambert with a carry there for HK.
Daryl Pickering's been the thick of things so far. I don't think he's wanting to be in those rucks sometimes, but geez, he's putting a hand up for himself, isn't he?
Bush got a turnover here.
And great work.
Great work.
Not releasing.
Tougher was that. Come out with the ball.
On the replay here.
Wilson. It is.
Great work by Tougher.
He's a strong young man, isn't he?
Tougher, so nice, they named him twice.
Love it.
Maiden champion.
Let's look for Wairarapa Bush to string some phases together and come away with the goodies.
Well, it'd be nice in this game to see some phases strung together. We've seen a bit from Horowhenua Kapiti, obviously the lead up to that try, but it's certainly, as you mentioned earlier, to be very much a stop-start game. So take a look at the setup here, and we've got Tupo out in the midfield there.
Oh no, not straight, Wairarapa Bush.
Well, we're seeing Taylor drop for the All Blacks. Just saying, Ryan.
Yeah, we can't let mistakes like that slip in a good attacking position.
No, not at all. And when you finally get that momentum swing on your side, you're looking to gain that extra bit of meterage. Then those moves are coach killers. And again, even at this level, you should be throwing that ball in straight.
This looks like Horowhenua Kapiti's going to run this one out here.
Yeah, they've set up a
bit of a loose ball.
Pass. 13, nowhere to go. Great
good
tackle coming in there. That is the captain, Eddie Cranston, leading from the front. But they've got a penalty. It's a high tackle.
Slipped up.
You've got to be careful on that these days. Anything above the shoulder, isn't it, BG? You're still refereeing?
Yeah, mate, anything above the shoulder these days. And, there's a lot of people that will pull out the old when I was playing call. But look, we're a lot more advanced in understanding player welfare and concussion now. So, as you were told at JB level, cheek to cheek, Tavita, Beachy, you would have taught kids that you've coached at that level. It is hard though when a player is either stepping or they're already going down to be able to control that, and it's easy to see it on a replay. But these are split-second decisions.
Oh, look, tricky one there for Eddie Cranston. Great rush, and the guy steps inside. It's just a reaction.
Yep.
More often than not.
Yeah, all you're trying to do is trying to put the guy down here. So unfortunate for Eddie.
Nonetheless.
A lot of movement in the Horowhenua scrum line out there too. Hitting Ryan Shelford at the front again.
Yep, second time they've done that move now. Pod sitting out there in midfield.
Great footwork by the front rower there.
Scott Cameron.
Jack Loader's going to have to roll out of there. No, got out in the end. Daryl Pickering's great spot tackle out of the line.
Seen the halfback making more tackles at sea than some of the forwards. Daryl Pickering would not be used to that.
High ball here for Aiden Champion.
Good test, and he's got away from him.
Great
Lovely
evasion
ball.
there.
Brooking will look to return that.
That is a great return kick there. That is a beautiful kick from Ben Brooking.
That was carried back as well.
Oh, no.
I don't know if that... I think that was the Horowhenua drinks man that told Alistair Payne that, because he was walking up.
I was just about to say, what a catch under pressure from Asian champion to Ben Brooking to get us out of trouble. Not the rubber green today for Wairarapa Bush.
All right, so we've got the Horowhenua Kapiti side a couple of metres in for the 22, and they'll look to throw. Interesting to see whether they go short here to Shelford or whether or not they will look for that big forward drive. Ball goes in. They've gone short again. Shelford with the ball. Shelford looking to get a couple of metres there. Set up for the Horowhenua Kapiti side. A pod just out to the right, set and ready to go to gain more metres. They've been shut down nice and quickly by the Farriers Wairarapa Bush forward pack. Big charge coming through.
Tackled by Cranston over the pill.
Again, Eddie Cranston leading from the front. Pulled out of the ruck by Horowhenua Kapiti as they look to gain some momentum. They've gone a couple of metres forward, but they are going across field. But there's an advantage coming for them. The referee's arm is out. Look at that. Very, very close.
That's double movement, wasn't it?
Close.
I'd say it's...
He took 2 bites of the cherry there, I'm sure of it.
Yep.
He bounced, mate. He bounced.
Yep. No, I think you're quite right there. So whether or not he comes back for that advantage.
Yeah. Lucky there for Wairarapa Bush.
Look to see Horowhenua Kapiti taking a further 3 points.
I think you might be right there. Taviti did look to bounce, but...
He's going to have a discussion with Ali Payne, by the looks of it.
Yeah, so the rule is, if you get tackled, you have one shot to reach out and score that try.
Well, you cannot propel off your knees. It didn't look by that, and I haven't seen the replay, but it looked like he sort of flat out bounced off his puku there. But here we go.
Someone getting pulled out here. Tolu. Oh no, Tupou.
Oh, maybe he did.
Looks like he's going to the...
He's going to the naughty chair by the looks of it.
What happened there?
Tupou Leolamanu.
Going back to the other side of the field. Must have happened at the ruck or the line out.
This is going to make things even trickier for Wairarapa Bush now, because he's been doing some great mahi on defence and attack, has Tupou.
Well, you'd have to go for a scrum here, wouldn't you? I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
They're a player down and a sizable player down, a very, very good prop.
And look to see Lewis Bush enter the field. I imagine he'll probably come on for Dom Hurley, and we'll see some adjustment in the loose forwards to cover that locking spot.
Legendary try a couple of years ago in the King Country.
Yep. I was actually with Lewis Bush just yesterday afternoon when he received the phone call from Mark Rutini asking if he could make his services available for Wairarapa Bush through a couple of injuries. The boy's gone and played his rugby this year for Napier Tech up in Hawke's Bay, and by all means has gone incredibly well.
There's a couple of Bush boys up there that have gone up and are doing well. Sam Smith has scored a very, very good try actually last week watching the game, and then you've got the likes of Joel Hintz, who's gone up there, former Masterton Red Star player.
Yep. Isaac Bracewell was in the outside running for a halfback spot, and then of course the head coach, BG, Josh Sims.
Big Red. Yep. And you got Peter Russell, former coach of Wairarapa Bush up in Manawatu.
Yep.
They've pulled off Eddie Cranston there, guys. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, look, I wouldn't have done that. I would probably be taking Big Dom Hurley off and made some adjustment, let him have a breather before coming back on.
I suppose leaving Dom on gives a bit of weight in the pack, but...
A really interesting call that, but look forward. Yep, and it was indeed. Referee says nope, but you've got a penalty advantage, so you can take that.
Why would you take the captain off? And he's been probably one of the most influential players out there on defence so far.
Right, all right. So apparently there was a handbag thrown earlier, which has resulted in that yellow card for Tupou. And look, it has been a bit of a niggly game. You've seen that around the ruck a couple of times. There's been some pushing and shoving and what have you going on. So we're only about 30 seconds out from half time, which we'll see a good portion of the second half with the Farriers Wairarapa Bush at 14 men. Take the 3. They are up 13 points to 3, so that'll stretch their lead to 16-3 if they're successful. He said not wanting to put the commentator's curse on the young fella, but
I think he'd be happy for Wairarapa Bush just to concede 3 points here, not 7 going into half time.
Yeah, look, I agree. It would be fair to say that it's just that the first half has been, I'm sure Mark Rutini and Jamie Williams are sitting there a little bit frustrated just at the handling errors and the little mistakes that are creeping into the game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they adjust their style of play to try mitigate some of those handling errors and keep the ball for longer periods of play, because they're going to need to change something. I personally think that they're actually lucky that the scoreline is only 13 points in favour of Horowhenua Kapiti. Been
Still
let out of
time.
jail a few times there, has Wairarapa Bush.
So the scoreboard's got 16-3 in just over 40 minutes, so 40 and a half minutes. So I would say that next stoppage will probably be it for half time.
Really be looking to try to secure some points leading into half time. It will go a long way into the second half.
Some great contestable kickoffs here by Hayden Champion. That's offside. It went into his own man.
They got the advantage.
That should be
Chose
offside.
not to play it. They'll get a scrum.
Won't be time for it.
No, they
It's
won't get a
half-time.
scrum.
Daryl Pickering's not happy with that. If we see this here, he's knocked it on to the man in front of him.
I don't know
Yes.
why they didn't play the advantage there.
Yep, absolutely offside.
So BG, Tavita, what are your takeaways from Wairarapa Bush that half?
Look, it's trying to string some phases together. It's too much drop ball, and when that happens on a bit of a wet day, whether you're grass or turf, you've just got to bring your players in a bit closer, shorter passes, work on that accuracy, give yourself some depth. They've proven, the backs have already proven they're breaking the line. So let's continue along with that, but just give ourselves that little bit more depth and some shorter pass space to look forward to break that line. And I think a couple of little short passes, inside, outside, hey, could open them up.
Yeah, we've definitely had our opportunity. If we had the budget of Sky Sport, we'd have a lot of little numbers that come on our screen right now, and one of them would be possession, territory, line breaks, and handling errors. And I would hate to see what the handling errors are like. They just can't afford to keep losing the ball like that, you know, if they want to have any chance of winning this game. But they have shown that when they are, they're making leaders.
Lord knows what's happening. I've had enough. I know it's wrong,
their style of play,
but
try and make it in the second half.
I know it won't be long
Maybe
before
start with
I
start
love
with really good
it
some good attacks and go
to you.
Yeah, I'm sure Dan will look back on that. Every play.
Tell me,
Not long ago, actually, I'm
is there something I could say
yeah.
so I could wash this all away? 'Cause I don't really want to stay.
One thing that Wairarapa Bush is going to have on their side after the win.
So with you, I think I lost it all. I think I lost it all to you. I think I lost it all. I think I've lost it all to you. I think I've lost it all. I think I've lost it all to you. I think I've lost it all to you. To you. Tell me, babe, is there something I could say? Something I could say so I could wash this all away. Wash it all away. 'Cause I don't really want to stay. Make more mistakes. So with you.
Gentlemen, earlier on was the other play against the Wellington Centurions. A fantastic game of rugby, and well, that's Wellington Centurions taking that one out. The Barbars, I watched a bit of that game. Beachy, you were over there as well. Some very well worked tries, and good to see a couple of Tuharangi stalwarts there, not only scoring but setting up some good plays. And Volabrit and Boyle.
Yeah, my old mate Jim Boyle still playing some great rugby, running the second five. I think the Barbarians had a good winner. Wellington Māori with did that. Yeah, at the end of that one.
That are events.
Oh no, sorry, the Barber. Sorry, yeah.
And the old timers. A bit of a shout out to the Wairarapa Bush invitational team who played earlier today against the Parliamentarians, and there was Mark Mitchell out there, Kieran McAnulty, Greg O'Connor, Pity Wipu back playing, and had a bit of a chat to them after the game. When he played overseas, he said, awesome, it was a love for the game to come back here, and of course he was a coach for Wairarapa Bush as well, and just both being back in the union and getting out there and playing those well games for charity. Robert Trust, the fundraiser this game was 4 years in the making. When you have a look at some of the names to be there that Wairarapa side, you've got the likes of Mike Robinson, of course, he was captain when he won the Leagues Cup, and you can see Richard Huddy, who last year had a bit of a broken arm. Russell Tamahana, of course, the former sevens player. You also had Dean Gooden, who's a referee, and get there. And Richard Carroll, who's been a very, very long time supporter and pioneer scorer, Mana Apiata, and the ever-present Chief James Bruce, who played for Kidderman at halfback, was a good
Make my way from the team list and look at the last challenge. But as I make my way through the list, one name that stands out is one Anton Vesco.
I'm not too sure, but I think he's going to talk about the game. I'm sure there will be once enough to do like that to line him up. The other thing that was really good to see is Harry Gooding out there. He's just been over in Waka Armour with the Chiefs and come away with a goal. He's come home a couple of weeks later to Bigswood. He's heading so St. Abraham sideline here. Just been chatting some mornings out to the kids. Actually wondering who Abraham is. That would be my son. Rugby's a family affair in the Gear Whānau. So yeah, it's been great with Meg from More FM. And
your son is the lamb and you're the hogget.
So was Mike Robinson captain when we won the 3rd division out here? When we used to get the pyramid trophy? Because I remember being at that game.
I'm pretty sure he was, and then he was still with the team in 2006 when they won the Meets Cup in Wanganui at Cook's Garden there.
Last time Wairarapa Bush has won in Whanganui, I think, as well.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. It was an amazing day. I was there with a few supporters, including Dean Gooden, who played in that invitational side before, and I remember standing at the southern end of Cook's Garden. You had Paddy Rimini at first 5, you had Chopper at second 5, James Bruce at halfback.
What a talented squad. Samanu.
Oh, who's now a prop, funny enough.
Silva.
It was
Sylvanus the Wizard Iro, how good.
Well, I wonder if he's watching from Perth at the moment, actually. Is he still in Perth?
He is still in Perth, actually, yes. Yes, he is.
Tavita, question for you, because you got to play with Piriwipu, didn't you, when you won those Wairarapa Bush seasons? How's it that, getting an All Black to come down into that type of environment?
Well, look, it was, Piri might not have been at the peak of his game, let's be honest, but what a presence he had. Look, I guess any All Black has an aura about them, and just to have worn that black jersey takes something special in one human being. But he was great. He was great for the young fellas in the team. He was great for the team, and he taught us a lot. Definitely the highlight of my time playing alongside an 8-9 combination with Piriwipu, that's for sure.
And what a pass. That man can throw a ball 40, 50 metres like it looks like effortless.
Yeah.
I still remember going down to watch that game in Westport, Tavita, and it was voting day. I think it was a general election. And we were walking down the street, and I'm wondering why these Wairarapa Bush boys are walking into the local courthouse. But they're actually going in there to cast their special vote, so that was the reason for it. But no, look, fantastic. And when you look back on the era of rugby around that sort of 2005, 2006, I think Hamish McKenzie was playing then.
Yeah,
and then he moved down to North Otago and had a season or two with North Otago. And
notable mention to my favourite Wairarapa Bush lock, second to Peter Beach of all time, Tamasi Kedra Booker.
Oh, what? The Carlton stalwart. He was fabulous, wasn't he?
Yeah, one of the better Fijian.
What a specimen. What a specimen.
Yep.
He was.
Mike Spence was playing back then too.
Spence out of Wesley College.
Yep. He's now down in farming in mid-Canterbury, I believe, Mike Spence.
Yep.
So certainly some very notable games, and it's great, obviously, to be back here at Trustees.
That hooker that played in the year that also used to coach Wairarapa Bush. What was his name?
Yeah, that's right. Not many people know his name. Yeah, Joe someone?
Joseph Harwood. He was probably named as still being the coach against the game in North Otago a couple of weeks ago. But nonetheless, and look, fantastic. Again, what a stalwart, what a leader. Again, you talked about players with mana. Joe Harwood is certainly one of those guys, and to go ahead and coach the team. And he led us to a Lahore Cup victory in Westport, beating Buller a few years back.
Oh, Joe Harwood, he's a great human being. Like Ryan Shelford, carries a lot of mana, whether it's in a playing position or coaching position.
Got him down a couple of weeks ago, Tavita, to take the Wairarapa Bush woman through a few things around ruck play, and he was absolutely fantastic. He's just such a nice, humble guy as well.
Oh, great mannerism. He's very quietly spoken, isn't he? But he has a way with getting the message across to the players that he's teaching. And
as it turns out, his wife is a fabulous hockey commentator, from what I hear as well. So
maybe you should have got her up in the box instead of Beachy.
Nicola, there's always a seat here for you. We'd be more than happy to have a four-person commentary team.
Yep. So we see Wairarapa Bush trot out onto the park. Can't see any changes there from the first half.
What I would say, though, looking sideline, it looks like Mike Clogue is going to get a run today. I think Logan Flutie's pulled out. So would that be a debut for Mike Clogue?
I think it will, actually. He's played, 3 or 4 seasons now for Carterton, formerly at Marist, and owner of the Clearville Bakery, as Tavita you will know, home of the fabulous cronut in Wairarapa.
Oh, and the lamb cutlet pie.
Oh, how good.
So we must, on the back of this, and same as Jared Hawkins coming to the team, a massive tautoko has to go to coaches James Bruce and Aaron Martinga, Hatere Brown, Rob Glanville, Sean Pollard, and their medical Casey Ralph for putting together this Barbarians side, and I believe it was put together off their own back, and it's created that extra depth that is paramount for our rep side, especially in these times.
Very much so. A great start by Wairarapa Bush. Some surging runs there by Inia Katia and then Lewis Bush, but another drop ball there. Hopefully it's play on.
Alistair Payne scored that from the sideline to knock on. The
And you
Farriers
could just
Wairarapa bush.
see Daryl Pickering look to the skies then. He is getting to the end of his tether with the stop-start, you can tell.
Yep.
You wonder how the props must feel with the amount of scrums that we've had to pack down this game.
I don't think it's like Wairarapa Bush Club Rugby where you can have a rest either.
No, not quite. It'll be interesting to see too that if Darryl does come off, you would have to look to put Inia into halfback, wouldn't you?
Well, Aiden Champion is
Champion.
actually a halfback by trade, so he may go there as well. Surprised they left out Sammy Walton Sexton. I thought he had a great game against North Otago, but
Maybe he's on the injury list. I mean, you just don't.
no, he played in the Barbarians game.
He was having,
right.
a good game for the Bees before.
And Tiffany Hyder.
And Tiffany Hora. So yeah, I just find it interesting that they haven't carried a spare halfback or first five on the bench.
Reece Calkin was also having a strong game as well. He was involved with Wairarapa Bush at the start of the season.
Good pioneer man.
Great to see those guys still lacing up for the Lewis
Bush
Bush
is flying out of the line.
If only he had longer arms, he could have made that tackle.
Yeah, he could have. Bushy spit straight there. You know, one of the first guys there is the Jackler, Horowhenua Kapiti with the ball again. Swinging it wide. It's the big prop. It's the number 3. I think that's Scott Cameron.
The master of the turnover, Lewis Bush. He'll definitely be getting one of these this half. Oh no, Wairarapa Bush caught short wide here.
Oh, it's a big run from HK.
Tane gets the ball.
Look,
Yeah.
hello. Referee Jeffries, assistant referee Chris Jeffries making a call there. Having a bit of a chat.
Thrown the ball out. Looked like it was forward before it went out.
It's the big number 12 there, Tyler Tane.
Hopefully Lewis Bush is accustomed with the calls after this late call-up.
Yeah, so we've got a Wairarapa Bush throw, a couple of metres out from the 22. HK has stolen it though. Horowhenua Kapiti said thanks very much. We'll take that attacking play again as they look to run it up through the midfield. Big, strong run. It's Tane again. Horowhenua Kapiti looking to put their ball runners through, and they're doing a good job. It's the first up tackles costing the Farriers Wairarapa Bush.
Daryl Pickering in there again. Man, he's made some covering tackles today. Out the back play there.
Tane trying to go for the line.
Advantage as well. Ooh.
Someone's chucked someone's boot away by the looks of things.
Wairarapa Bush offside there.
The old classic boot throw, eh?
Horowhenua
Hey,
Kapiti
Billy
look for the
handed
line out here, will they? Oh, scrum. I suppose, yeah, one man down in the scrum.
What a Bush doing all right to hold them to only 3 points with the one-man advantage so far. Touch wood, they can keep it that way until we see the return of prop Tupou, Lea Lamanu.
So with 3 minutes into the second half, Horowhenua Kapiti hot on attack with a 5 metre scrum and about 7 metres inside the field of play. And 16-3 they currently lead. Tatu Robertson.
Trying to put the heat on.
Tatu Robertson feeding the scrum. It's sitting there.
Oh,
back
was
to
it a
number
knock on
8.
there?
Oh, that would have been close. It would have been very close. It
Oh,
certainly looked like
that
it from the
was.
commentary box. But
And a penalty.
look,
Nice
it's
work, Wairarapa Bush.
That is big. That's exactly what Wairarapa Bush need.
but you look at the handling errors now starting to really creep in for Horowhenua Kapiti. The difference is they're well ahead on the scoreboard, and we're not.
Just some other results from around the trap. Half-time, Whanganui 20, East Coast 11. Mid-Canterbury 13, West Coast 15. King Country 5, Thames Valley 19, and South Canterbury 13, North Otago 5.
Right.
It'll be a great game, that South Canterbury North Otago match. Both teams they're
Good
very
grudge
solid.
match. Yep.
I expect to see Wairarapa Bush try to secure this line out, and if they do, I imagine they're just going to pump it right back down field and make the most of this behind the back breeze they have.
Yeah, making the most of the wind in this half is going to be vital, but it's just shutting down those simple errors, and that's what cost Horowhenua Kapiti there.
And they've won it again.
It's getting a bit too predictable now, just going to Andrew Smith each time.
Keaton Kawana with a big charge up there, the fullback.
Tuffa,
great work by
Tuffa
Tuffa
very
there,
close to
yeah.
the ball there.
Set up now coming from Horowhenua Kapiti. They've got their pods ready to go, but they've gone right. They've decided to go the blind side.
Vinny Akati has been busy on defence as well.
Yeah, he has. Some great protection coming in there. Some beautiful bridging. Lovely little behind the ball play there. Behind the player play. Stack ball and advantage coming for Horowhenua Kapiti.
I think there was an early tackle there. Good tackle by Wakefield.
Horowhenua Kapiti looking to set up again. Shelford with a big run. Look at those legs go. He's gained 4 or 5 metres out of that. Set up coming again. They've got the players there. They're breaking through the Wairarapa bush line and they're making big metres here, Horowhenua Kapiti. They're looking to move the ball wide. It's the fullback. It's off to the winger. It is Lewis Northcote. He's getting close. He's over. Another try for Horowhenua Kapiti as they extend their lead now. It is 21 points to 3. Bit more of a difficult kick though for Horowhenua Kapiti.
We should see the return of Tupou very shortly, which will also see the return of Eddie Cranston, one would imagine. Wairarapa Bush just has to hold on to that ball, obviously win their set piece first.
I think Andrew Smith's taken on the captaincy role in his 25th game there. Big number 4 out of the Gladstone club.
Very impressed with the number 8 and then also the player wearing the number 3 jersey out there. I'm not sure if it is Scott Cameron or it is David McCurlin, but both of them have been very handy with ball in hand, power load of work.
Change coming up for Horowhenua Kapiti. One of their players is limping off to the sideline.
Some great second man play there by Horowhenua Kapiti on attack there too. That man out the back split our defenders a couple times there, which led to that try on the corner.
Jack Tatu Robertson lining up the kick for Horowhenua Kapiti. Hasn't been too bad with the boot today.
Yeah, looks like both those Wairarapa Bush players are about to come back on, as you mentioned before, Tavita.
I wonder if we'll see Lewis Bush exit the field though. That would be the interesting one.
Oh, he's kicked that very well. That is
great
round. That
nudge.
is a beautiful kick.
People are standing for that one in the stands.
Yep. Absolutely outstanding. Well, it's funny, isn't it? They call it the stands.
Yeah.
Everyone sits.
As soon as I said that, I thought it sounded weird.
Nonetheless, so Wairarapa Bush are now back to 15 players.
Lewis Bush staying, is he?
Yeah, he is. Looks like it. Is that Hurley that's just come
It
off?
is Dom Hurley, so one would only guess that would push
Tupou to the 8.
into number 8 and maybe Jack Loader into the mid-row.
Oh, not a good start.
Oh no, and we're getting
yellow
another card. What is that
Just
for?
what they don't need. He's tackled him in the air, I think. Whenever we look at that on the replay, that's the second one.
Ryan Shelford grasping his knee until he sees the yellow card come out, and then he's up and dandy, ready to go again.
Look, he could be playing for the Wallabies like that with an Oscar performance.
Look, one Tongan off, one Tongan on.
Tommy Lowe takes a seat.
Not what they need.
Wairarapa Bush going to have to dig in for another 10 minutes here.
These are the moments, and you know what it's like from kick-off, lads, is a lock and a flanker. You want to get up there, but you've got to time your run and you tackle bang on.
Great sack by Lewis Bush there. Great sack.
It's intelligent play, isn't it, Beach? Don't let them get the roll on. Just take them down straight away before anyone else commits.
Right. Him brooking up out of the line here and championing him to go back. Good counter-attack there.
And Eddie Cranston, he's had a great game on defence as Eddie Cranston. He's getting around the field.
Horowhenua Baxton a good job there of securing that ball over the ruck as well.
Sure, it has to be a turnover, no?
Nope. Horowhenua Kapiti still got the ball. They're flicking it wide. They're looking to hit it up in the midfield and get themselves into a good field position here. They've held on to it very, very nicely. They start to string the faces together.
They're playing some great structured rugby, aren't they?
Well, this is good. This is what we were hoping for in the first half, Beachy, but we've seen a lot of that. Wairarapa Bush need to just make the call. Do we attack the ruck or let him have it? And
Great turnover.
Turn it over.
There.
Spin it, spin it, spin it.
Making up
Jack
for his
Loader.
time on the
Smith.
pine.
Champion looking at options here.
Here we go.
Tougher. Brooking. Siriwaka. This boy's got some speed. Look for this. It's got inside.
great try.
This is a great try.
Wairarapa Bush.
Fabulous try for the Bush.
It's exactly what they needed.
From
Just
the
in the
turnover,
nick of
you go
time.
back turnover, they were, 65 metres out. Lovely team player, Siriwaka, having a look. Look where his man is. He's got the comms going. Champion says, I'll take that, thanks very much. No one in front of him, and he scored the try. Exactly what Wairarapa Bush needed.
Beautiful vision and a beautiful pass there from the Seri Waka. Just what Wairarapa Bush need.
Good to see Constable Wakefield here watching his boy play.
And a Kane Williamson doppelganger policeman with him as well. That was actually great work by Ace Walker there, knowing he had Shelford coming across and knowing, he's a tight forward, I can beat this guy on the outside.
Yep.
Ben Brooking also held up that ball perfectly there to put him into the space. So those little things you're talking about there, BG and Tavita, those little micro skills,
Yep.
when they are, used rightly, they come off and set up points.
Look, hopefully this is the switch in momentum that the Wairarapa Bush side need. What they have to do is they have to take this kick-off, they have to secure it, and they have to go phases without losing that ball.
Yeah, look, quite often in a game you're looking for that turning point, and this is the turning point now for the Farriers Wairarapa Bush. They've got to sit there and go, right, boys, tails are up now, we've scored, we've still got a mountain to climb, let's get stuck into our work.
Yep.
The kick's good.
3 phases at a time, secure that ball, hit the middle, and then use that wind to get back down there in the corner and insert pressure.
So conversion successful. Champion converting his own try, 23 points to 10. So still, Farriers Wairarapa Bush will need to score twice to get back into that dominant position, but certainly a very, very good start.
Yeah, and with the players in that back line, they're more than capable of doing it. Great take, Andrew Smith.
Wonderful.
We'll put this one up in the air now. Bushy chasing hard.
Lewis Bush, good to see him get a foot off there.
He's lined him up, and he's wrapped him up, and he's attacking the ball.
He's got the ball.
Absolutely fantastic. But no.
Offside, was it?
No, we've got an offside call there. I think that came from
Alistair
assistant referee
Payne.
Payne, actually.
Too keen, Lewis Bush.
Jeez, he
Bush is
did
not-
well.
He's not fast enough to get offside.
He did very, very well there.
That is very unlucky.
He-
He is looking fit, though, isn't he? He is looking
Actually
really
a lot
looking
fitter.
fit.
His haircut is still terrible, but he is looking fit. He's getting around the paddock.
Tavita, you've never had a mullet in your life?
No, look, I can't grow out the back like that.
No.
And even if I could, I wouldn't. It's a terrible haircut. Surprised he hasn't had a phone call from his mum.
Oh, well, look, it's tough times at the moment, I think, for everybody. So clearly, poor old Bushy can only afford 3/4 of a haircut. So
Yeah, look, good on him for making the trip. I actually bumped into him. I was getting my morning coffee at 7:30 in Marine Parade, Napier this morning, and who walks in? Lewis Bush.
it's got a message through Northland leading Auckland in the NPC. Miracles can happen. You're quite right. And look, Northland have been playing very, very well, actually, in the NPC.
All thanks to Bruce Koika Peterson, super import, that man.
That's what it is.
What
He's,
a player.
Played for Wellington too, didn't he?
He is amazing.
Hurricanes?
Hurricanes. All Blacks?
Yeah,
Must be
close. Yeah.
I'm not sure his head
joking.
is
Did he tell you that?
I love you, Brucey.
Fabulous clearing kick, though. Look at that. He's put 40 metres on that ball.
Yeah, and a bit of respite there for Wairarapa Bush as well. They don't want to concede any points. Again, still down one man.
What do you do, gentlemen, in this situation? Do you challenge the line?
Of course you challenge. Half the time they've won their line out, they haven't even got off the ground. They're just chucking it to Ryan Shelford standing on his feet.
Should be getting up there. That's right in the middle.
You say it, no challenge from Wairarapa Bush. Looking to cut in through the midfield again.
Cullen Watts Point has had a great game so far.
That's it.
That's
Eddie
great work, Eddie
Cranston.
Kingston.
Oh, look, monumental first half, and he's certainly come back on and making a huge impact in this game. And that's the sort of leadership that we need to be looking for. Horowhenua Kapiti still in possession of the ball. It's gone back. Shelford with a run now.
Lewis Bush, he's looking for the ball still.
He's very, very good over the ball.
Grabbed by the head there. Knock on.
No, we've got a knock on. Have we?
No,
Not sure what's going on.
Wairarapa Bush knock on.
I'd say that maybe came off Lewis's fingertips as he was having a crack at it. But yeah, once he latches on that ball, you can't move him.
We aim to please, Tracy. We aim to please. Too many people taking life too seriously at the moment. But one needs a good laugh.
Expect Horowhenua Kapiti to make the most of that right-hand side. Great space there.
I'm sure Tony Lyford, who is absent today, he's been away with hockey all week, actually, the massive sports fan, and I'm sure he's listening to the commentary going, oh, boys, shaking his head left to right.
Oh, boys.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, eh, BG?
Yeah, I thought you had the wrong number when you called me BG.
There was no one else.
Look, when you put the microphone signal up into the sky and you two answer, it's fabulous.
Yeah, look, it's been a beautiful week of secondary school sports up in Hawke's Bay too. I just myself got back from Napier with Rathkill Colts rugby team, so a big shout out to my under 15 boys. Some great life experiences playing King's College, top of New Zealand.
Good scrum, what a
Eddie
bush.
Cranston
Good
again,
tackle.
wrapping him
Straight
up.
there. He's a fit boy, the number 7. Works for Westpac in Masterton.
Lewis Bush has just been in the thick of it since he's come on.
Oh, look, maybe it's the haircut. Maybe that's why he's not cutting the back of it.
Tough. Oh, Tupa over the ball there.
Oh, he needs to keep his feet.
Oh, advantage again.
So we've got a wee knock on, I think, in there from Wairarapa Bush.
The intent is good.
Horowhenua Kapiti still though. They've gone backwards a couple of metres,
Put
but
some
in
pressure
field.
on Ben Brooking.
Has to be advantage over, surely. Okay.
Still managed to maintain the ball, and there's a bit of a gap out there too if HK can go right and go wide.
A big overlap on the right.
Massive overlap out there.
Some good covering defence, though.
Ilia Katea dragging him towards the sideline.
Horowhenua Kapiti managing to keep the ball in.
Jack Loader with some big contact there.
Just shy of the 22 now. They'll look to rumble it up, use their forwards, set their pods.
You can't fault the urgency of Wairarapa Bush.
No, lovely tip play there from Horowhenua Kapiti. They're just using that dummy runner to great effect. Wairarapa Bush will look to just defend it now, but there are options there for attacking the ruck.
Champion's got up quite gingerly there. Another advantage, though, for Horowhenua Kapiti. And a few numbers out here.
Good hands.
Jeez, he is a
Very,
destructive
very good
ball
hands.
runner, that man.
Look close.
Another try for Horowhenua Kapiti.
A well worked try too. They've caught the Wairarapa Bush backs there, really stretched them out. But of course, you've got to remember that we are playing with 14 men.
Yeah, you got poor old Andrew Smith caught out there.
The first 5 for Wairarapa Bush not looking too healthy there, clutching at the back of his neck, seen by the physio.
I think when you're talking about before the personnel change, I think if first 5 did go down, Tougher moved in there against North Otago, so he'd moved to 10.
Yeah, well, they're probably fortunate that they do have guys like Tougher, like Ilia Katea, that can play pretty much anywhere you put them, can't they?
Yep.
I've seen Ilia play open side flanker before, and he wasn't too shabby there either. So, very fortuitous to have guys like that in your side.
Well, along with the experience, he's still got that speed. Very, very good sevens player too, Katia.
See Sully Malatai stripping down.
Tristan Flutie.
And Tristan Flutie.
So, Malatai playing for he's played a bit for Upper Hutt as well as Marist, and Flutie, of course, from Martinborough.
Imagine would see Tristan Flutie inserted in centre. Sully Malatai maybe on the wing.
Aiden's been seen to by the physio, Olivia Gluck, whose husband actually played for the Barbars earlier today.
Wayne Patrick, Prince of Marist Club.
A hero to us all at the Marist Club.
Stephen Donald of the Green and White Hoops.
I heard he was going for Teacher of the Year at Rathkill, actually, just quite.
I think he goes to that every year.
Sully Malatai, an industrious player, very unpredictable and a real threat across the field. For the scoreline, you do need people like that on the pitch to give you a sniff of hope.
Aiden Champion coming off here, along with... It was the 10 minutes in the bin over, was it? Or no, someone...
59, yeah, it will be. So Wairarapa Bush back to 15. But they are 30 points to 10 down on the scoreboard with 20 odd minutes to go in this match.
It was a good short little kick here. No.
Taken well by Horowhenua Kapiti. They run it up. They've made it over the 10 metre mark. In fact,
Joel Winterburn, he's been solid today too. Strong with ball in hand.
big box kick coming up from Horowhenua Kapiti. Jack Loader, not quite there, but the ball's gone out on the full, so they'll go back for a Wairarapa Bush line out. Just a couple of metres shy of the 10 metre mark on the eastern side of the ground here at Trust House Memorial Park.
Peter Beach, could you remind us who the imports are in the Horowhenua Kapiti side, other than Tyler Tane, who's playing second 5?
Well, I think, say, Cullen Watts-Pointer, according to my Google research, plays out of the Norths Club, and Cody Edwards plays for Takawa. And then Trent Ritai Hope I pronounced that right. I know just from when I was looking over the Palmerston North teams, plays Kia Toa sometimes, and I think literally that guy plays everywhere from number 9 to 7 to winger.
Big
on the
carry
bench.
from big carry from Jack Wakefield there. The ball taken lovely in the line out by Wakefield. Looking at the lovely dummy pass there too. Didn't quite fall for it, but nonetheless. Tupou, no, he's lost it forward.
Advantage.
It's the mistakes like that. Even still.
Very interesting to see what Wairarapa Bush do here. Still 20 minutes of football to go. 20 points down though.
3 points is not going to be it. They're going to have to call for the scramble or have a go at the line out.
Lineouts have not been all that successful over the last 15 or so minutes, they have, eh?
Right, they're going for the line out option.
Tua Levy looks like he's going to be injected, so his first action of the game might be throwing into the line out.
Yep, no pressure. No pressure, young buck.
So options here on attack. Obviously, you've got the rolling ball, which we've employed. Both sides have actually employed to great effect so far in this game. Also, Horowhenua Kapiti. You've obviously got the midfield crash, or do you go for a short line out and drop your 8?
12-man line out, BG. It's the way of the future. It's the way forward. Get a long tail all the way back to the halfway and drop. Double tap from Wakefield.
Go Tupou.
Tupou pushes out of one. He's going a couple of metres there, but they are still short of where they were at the line out. Bushy with a big run and pump at his little strong legs. Look at that. Maybe we all need a haircut like Lewis Bush. That is a fantastic run. Wairarapa Bush setting themselves up nicely. They're looking to move the ball into the midfield.
That has to be a penalty.
Not rolling. Horowhenua
takes it
Kapiti.
quickly to Lewis Bush.
Lewis Bush.
Ran into a brick wall.
Yeah.
There's Horowhenua hands all over it, but no, it's
Tougher.
12.
Great line by
Exactly what
Tougher.
they needed.
Beautiful.
Great line by Tougher.
Great vision from Daryl Pickering.
I've just got a message through. Apparently Bushy's mum is a hairdresser, so she would know better.
You can tell that she lives 100 and 200 k's away from the poor fella.
Great work from that line out though. Wairarapa Bush, it was sloppy, but that carry by Tupou was able to get them back over the advantage line after initially being put back there just from the slap down. So great work Tupou, and some great carries there by Lewis Bush as well.
15 points to 30 now. Kick to come. It's not just about scoring it though, is it, gentlemen? It's about holding the opposition out too. Didn't really need that try from Horowhenua Kapiti before, but conversion successful.
Yeah, look, very important once again what they do off this kick. The ability to receive the ball, take the ball, secure the ball, and then put it down there, making the most of this wind, and then apply pressure again is going to be massive if they want to stay in this game.
Benjamin Brooking adding the 2 there, obviously with Champion on the sideline.
Tua Levy's just entered the fray for Wairarapa Bush for Ryan Wilson at hooker as well.
It's a bit of a heads-up. Buller have beaten Poverty Bay 48-20. Which is, we got Buller on the 8th of October here in Masterton.
It'd be their first win for the season, would it not?
Buller?
Oh, no,
sorry. They beat Mid-Canterbury.
They beat Mid-Canterbury, yeah.
Sorry, got that wrong.
Victoria Square in Westport.
Great way to expose the line side. Tristan Flutie, who's come onto the field also.
That guy's just rolled over the ball there. It should be a penalty Wairarapa Bush, yeah.
There's the advantage.
And look, Bushy's finding the ball.
Off his feet. Bushy just wants to go. He said, give me the ball. Get me out from round here. Outstanding.
Has he been playing much rugby, Lewis Bush? I know he was named as the apprentice for the Hawke's Bay team. Has he been playing for the Bees, or is he...
He's been training a lot. I believe he's had a couple of niggles that have maybe held him out from playing for the Saracens. I could be wrong. But from all accounts, I've heard he's had a great club season up there for Napier Tech, which earned him a chance in the Magpies wider squad at the start of the year, and obviously a shot at Ranfurly Shield.
Jared Hawkins coming on.
There he is, the man from Martinborough, Jared Hawkins.
This guy is the man that keeps Voltaren in business in New Zealand.
And strapping tape.
And Nikora Iwi as well for his first game of the season for Wairarapa Bush as well. First Heartland game.
Look, he's been a long time representative player. I remember managing with the under 18s. That's a few mince pies ago. But Nikora Iwi out of the Pioneer Club.
So who has Nikora Iwi come on the field for, lads?
Inia?
Or has he come on for... Oh, he has come on for Inia Katia.
Another not straight.
Is that a night straight or close in the middle? Oh no, it's straight. Yeah.
Straight. Rory's not looking too happy. He's even got a can on the old antler there. Just like old times. I say bring back the Ultimate Warrior. We missed that from old Chins,
The
don't we?
ultimate Wairarapa Bush Warrior. He won Mascot of the Year on Sports Cafe, didn't he?
He did. Although, let's be honest, it is winter still, in terms of the temperature at the moment anyway.
Yeah, it wouldn't be much of a sight in his budgie smugglers running around at this temperature, would it?
No, still the Warrior, I understand, but the word ultimate doesn't really spring to mind. Right, the Farriers Wairarapa Bush will look for a big scrum here. Horowhenua Kapiti with the feed. It is number 16 to feed the ball to. That is Tyrone Parson, who's come onto the pitch for Jack Tatu Robertson, who had a very, very strong game for HK, actually, I thought. Oh, lovely swing back from the number 8 to prevent Pickering from getting anywhere near him.
Oh, beautiful tackle there from Tristan Flutie.
On Lewis Northcott. Was that? No, it's a reserve, sorry.
No, referee says no. Assistant referee happy as the kick goes downfield.
Good by Seri Waka. Expect them to razzle, step, dazzle.
Not exactly that. He's out of one, but he's been caught by a couple of players there from Horowhenua Kapiti. Wairarapa Bush recycle the ball though. It's come out. Berg hit coming in there. They've gone to ground. They'll look to reset that ruck. Horowhenua Kapiti's defence well organised. Tougher. Flicks it wide.
Oh,
Pass
really?
there, out of the hands from Tougher.
23-22. Northland over Auckland. Wowzers. There'll be a few tinnies in Taniwha country tonight, I'd say, gentlemen.
13 points down and 14 minutes.
Leon
remaining.
Rouges.
We've got a player down there that is John McNeilich.
Have we had our water break this half yet?
No, I don't believe we have, actually. This would be the perfect time to call it, though, wouldn't it?
As the water guys jog on the field. They must have heard you, Beachy.
They must have.
The water snitch.
Big Doug Jizik running on for Wairarapa Bush on the far side as well. He rolled his ankle in the first game against North Otago, the front rower. Played out the Ikitahuna club this year.
Yes, the big Zimbabwean international.
Correct.
Played a lot of rugby out of Palmerston North, has he, this boy?
Yeah, he did. He played a lot of rugby for varsity in Palmerston
I
North.
believe he was actually a number 8 right up until about a year or two ago.
Correct.
Look, if anyone can tell you can move from front row to 8 at Sam Gammy, or 8 to front row, as the case may be, it's a real shame
8
not
to
to
front
have...
row, back to the middle row, back to 8, back to the side, then back to front row.
he's the Inia Katia of the forwards, really, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
It's a shame not to have him here today, but out along with James Goodyear for injury.
Has Tyler Tane moved to first 5?
It looks like he's got an awkward formation set up here, his HK. He does play first 5, second 5, and he's got a handy boot on him as well.
Thomas Barnsley in the tier position here, actually.
Good scrum, Horowhenua Kapiti.
Darryl Pickering looked to disrupt. He's come
advantage.
around
Penalty advantage.
offside.
Surging run there by the halfback. Great ball out the back.
Lovely. Barely a hand. Horowhenua Kapiti hot on attack. They've been held up just shy of the line there. The ruck goes down. They're using their big boppers to go forward. They'll be looking to keep it tight from here. Advantage still being played. The penalties come right out in front. Exactly what Wairarapa Bush did not need.
This is going to push them out to 16 points. Take them more than 2 scoring plays out of a game. It's just what Horowhenua is going to need to take some pressure off and put some real heat on Wairarapa Bush to perform in this last 12 minutes of the game.
Yeah, really disappointing. I mean, we're seeing the Farriers Wairarapa Bush obviously with 3 cards in this game, and those 3 cards have cost them points. 11 minutes left on the clock. You'd be taking all the time in the world to set this ball up, wouldn't you?
Imagine he'll kick it all the way to Ikitahuna as well.
Really thumped that one straight into the creek.
Bit of a shout out to all our ball boys and girls. Do a great job.
And Uncle Kuro Blue. I see dragging the gear bag down in front of us.
How many years has he been involved in Wairarapa Bush? Likewise, Uncle Warren Reddy. Shelford takes the ball from the kick-off. Wairarapa Bush.
Good chase there by Jared Hawkins.
Ball from Horowhenua Kapiti, just feeding it out to the backs. They'll be looking to wind down the clock a little bit, really. You don't easy to do anything razzle
Look to
dazzle.
him to kick it here.
It's been passed back, so
Jack Loader on the
With a bit of
receiving
space here, will he link up with Ace Walker here? Or is he going straight up the guts? Boomfa.
Straight up the hey diddle diddle.
Straight up the mana.
Beautiful run from Jack Loader, set up.
Numbers
Pickering.
out here. It's numbers outside here.
Tougher with the ball, flings it wide.
Flutie
Flutie
with some
with the ball in
space.
hand. He's got speed, this boy.
Oh.
Oh, he looks to pass back inside. They've managed to maintain it, though, as Tougher goes down with the ball. Flicked out. Pickering flicks it wide. Brooking.
Dances through the first tackle.
Good clear out there. Good clean ball for Pickering. Oh, that should be an advantage.
They've got to look for the ball's there. Expect them to see them go quickly,
Going
surely.
nowhere. Going nowhere.
That should-
Final high tackle. Horowhenua Kapiti. It's a shame. They probably needed to take that ball quickly, actually.
Get a
because-
quick tap and go. That would be nice.
Yeah, that's right. Line out or scrum option, gentlemen. 3 points really isn't too much of an option right now.
Looks like they're going to the corner, BG.
Good call, sir.
I think after that last scrum, you'd go for your line out.
Breaking with the ball. He's looking for the...
Is that one dead? No. Great kick, right on the 5.
Amazing kick there from Tougher. Is it all Ben Brooking?
It's been Brooking, I think.
Looking. Wonderful kick. The old walking line-out's proved its popularity over the last few years, hasn't it?
Just throw the ball to Bushy right there. He's waiting for it. Look.
Yep. To Levy with the ball to throw into the line-out for Wairarapa Bush. It's gone over the top. They've managed to hold it, but it's a
no.
knock on. Coach killers.
It is. It is.
Horowhenua Kapiti slapping each other on the back. They're happy with the pressure they put on there. Was that a knock on by us backwards, or do they get a hand to that?
Yeah, I'd like to quite see that on the replay, Beachy, actually, just have a look see, but it's all right.
Straight over the top.
Yeah, not sure about that call.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Expect to see Tyler Tane crash it up in the midfield. Actually, the kicker's got his arms up ready, so maybe they're going to go straight to the boot.
Referee not happy with that. Quite a bit of movement on that scrum. Certainly on this side, you can see the Horowhenua arm coming down quite nicely. AR's onto it. He's there as well. So referee will be saying, boys, we had this discussion right before the start of the game. Keep it tight. Keep it steady.
So look, boys, I'm going to ask you the controversial question now. We've got 4 imports playing for Wairarapa Bush out here in front of us, 2 of whom player of origins in Lewis Bush and Tougher, and the other Ben Brooking from Petone, fullback gone first 5, and Aiden Champion. Your thoughts on how they've stood out as imports that are brought into the region?
Mixed bag, to be fair, Tavita. Mixed bag for me. I know we've been certainly not been blessed with the fully fit squad all year. It has been rather difficult, but bringing guys into the squad is always a bit of a challenge, isn't it?
It is. Look, and it's not one. It's something that is really hard to get right, and they're damned if they do, and they're damned if they don't sometimes too. But I for one have seen some massive impact from Tougher there at second 5, and also from Lewis Bush in his time inserted onto the field.
Yeah, Tougher's my player of the game so far. Ben Brooking and Champion set up that first try down the sideline here. So they've both had handy games as well.
Look, I agree with the call on Tougher. The other player of the game for me, actually, has been Daryl Pickering. He's been everywhere.
Some great distribution of the ball there, hasn't it?
Yep, and he's worked extremely hard on defence.
See, is that Stan Wright Jr. that's just come onto the field?
Yep.
Kapiti taking the line out. Uncontested there. They're outside the 22, so any clearance kick is going to have to be long, but they don't need it because getting some good metres. They picked up about 12 metres there. They're about 3 or 4 shy of the 10 metre mark in their own territories. Wairarapa Bush is falling off 3 tackles, but Hawkins, the campaigner, he puts the Voltara in that man.
Oh, Eddie Cranston with a solid contact.
Well, I mean, he's another guy who's defended extremely well all day, but no, we've got a penalty.
That winger from Horowhenua Kapiti's run it well all day too.
He has, hasn't he?
It doesn't look like Willie Pawa, the ex-Manawatu Turbo, though.
With the locks.
Yeah.
Yep, beautiful locks there as well.
And as you were talking about before, we don't have that fancy statistics in front of us. But what would the penalty count be, Wairarapa Bush to Horowhenua Kapiti? We'd be into the mid-teens right now, wouldn't we?
And what some of the consistent ones that we've been seeing, they're not rolling away has been one.
Yep.
You know, that's just that's an intent and effort thing, right? Whether it's fitness, that sort of is the underlying issue or not, I'm not sure, but I mean, it's not hard to roll away if you do it quickly.
Good win by Horowhenua Kapiti there.
Tackle north-south, roll east-west.
It's great rolling ball.
Horowhenua Kapiti doing well here.
Someone's going to have to roll out there. Yep, same again, I think.
Another penalty advantage. Oh, and a Hail Mary ball. Oh!
Well, to be fair, if he had called it, they probably would have been called back for the penalty. In fact, they're going to do that now. There's no advantage. They've dropped probably 25 metres there. So
Well, he's getting up a bit gingerly too as the fullback from HK after that collision with Tristan Flutie.
Trying to pulling down the maul there. Wairarapa Bush penalised for by the look of it.
Yeah, I have been impressed with Eddie Cranston at 7. His speed around the field, constantly popping up in the right spot, and often making tackles on the right side of the advantage line too.
controversially dropped a few years ago, and he said he made his comeback.
Yeah. Well, look, he wasn't even playing rugby at the start of this year. He only registered very late for Gladstone and was playing second five. So, you know, those who question his selection in the team, he's definitely putting his hand up and showing people exactly why, I guess.
There's a few comments coming through. We do welcome those.
Only the positive ones though, eh, PG?
Horowhenua Kapiti, you've got to applaud the way that they've set up their driving maul today.
Yeah, they've done very, very well. As the sun is shining here at Trust House Memorial Park, and it's shining on Horowhenua Kapiti. They are leading 33 points to 17. 3 minutes to go.
As Lewis Bush snaffled that, yeah, it's put them all down. Great work. Well, who comes up in the bottom of that for Wairarapa Bush?
16
Andrew
points.
Smith.
Look, it's a little bit too little too late now, isn't it? We're out of time. Maybe a consolation try at best.
Love to see a full fielder here.
Yeah.
Oh, we'd all love to see that, wouldn't we?
Oh, look, and with the likes of Suli Malatai on the field and Siri Waka, Tristan Flutie, you know, there's a good chance of that.
So Ryan Hickey, Kolonio Koto, and Trent Reti all taking the field for Horowhenua Kapiti.
HK have made their Stephen Perifeta subs.
Were you prepping that one on the drive down from Hawke's Bay?
I think you were. One of Marty Berry watched that game last week and went, I got longer than you.
Hey, look, he's an All Black now officially, right?
I still got one more cap than all of us.
Yeah, if Damien McKenzie comes back and takes his spot forever in a thing, he's still an All Black.
Absolutely.
I'd be stoked if I was Stephen.
Aaron Lemert, I think that's coming off, isn't he? He's had a great game getting around the traps as well.
Been busy, hasn't he?
Just a very ugly scrum going down there, actually, but I'll look to reset that. Time just ticking by. A minute and a half left on the scoreboard clock here. Of course, it is up to the referee, but a minute and a half to go.
I do like the look of this. Some of those Wairarapa Bush outside backs are standing very deep in their goal. So something is going to happen. Let's just hope we get the ball out of the scrum.
Accidentally lose the ball. Yeah.
I'd love to see Flutie score in the corner here, actually.
But I mean, hey, look, why not chance your arm? What's the worst that can happen? You lose by a little bit more than you already did.
Quite right. Big scrum from HK.
Oh, no. Here we go.
Back, but they managed to hold on to the ball. Oh, lovely chip and chase coming.
Oh, he was shouldered out the ball there, wasn't he? Knee quarter?
Yeah, quite possibly.
You sound like your father now, Peter.
Just calling what I see, mate. Just calling what I see. I said, was he? I was.
I just put a question mark in the end of it. It's okay.
Was I being
Lovely.
objective? Is that the word?
The season campaigner for Horowhenua Kapiti, Shelford takes the ball. As Horowhenua look to reset. It's a bit ugly there, but nonetheless they retain the ball. 33-17 their lead over the Farriers Wairarapa Bush.
HK will just be kind of wind down the clock
great
here.
Contact again from Eddie Cranston.
Has there been 4 tries for Horowhenua Kapiti yet?
I believe there has been. That was
okay.
Ford. Yep. Didn't see it.
Yeah, he's called it. Yep, forward pass. 10 seconds left on the clock. The referee says, shall we continue? Yep.
Here we have a look on the replay here.
Time.
Yeah, look, not the smartest of ideas to do a chip like that close to the line. I would have just passed it straight out to Sarah Waka and let him have a go.
Yep. Get him and Flutie to link up, and there we go. But it's going to be a midfield scrum, about 13, 14 metres into the Wairarapa Bush territory from halfway.
Look, and if the last couple of scrums is anything to go off, they're going to have to tweak something.
Yep.
They did very well to get the ball out the back of that, moving backwards like that did Wairarapa Bush.
Well, they did, and I think the scrum coach, Stan Ryder, was sitting there going, I'm actually not too disappointed with that effort.
So what we're looking for here is a double miss pass straight from Daryl Pickering to Soli Malatai, left-hand corner, try. How's your father? Let's go to the gravel pit.
That's a perfect analysis.
Rugby's a simple game, isn't it, Tavita? Very much a simple
No need
game.
to mix it up, is it, Tavita?
Yeah.
Well, you're a winger, weren't you? That's exactly what you'd be wanting this time of the day.
Yep.
I was as fast as Lewis Bush, playing out on the wing, same size as Soli Malatai, as fast as Lewis Bush.
But with a nicer haircut.
I had nice hair.
Another big scrum from Horowhenua Kapiti. They pushed it back. They're going to win this one, are they? No, it is Jack Loader.
He's not holding his own body weight there. No.
Just to rub it in.
Story of the day.
Bit of a fizzle to finish the game on there if they decide to kick it out.
Well, is there any much point? Just tap it, kick it out,
Give
game
the
over.
man some goal kicking practice, would you? I know they get a go. They're going for the line.
Still time.
And that hasn't gone
Had a
out.
mare of it.
Here we go, Solly.
Here's my man, Soli Malatai. Go to mighty Soli.
Give the ball to Solly. I think I can hear Tony Beach
Jack
from here.
Loader at the back.
Oh, lovely step.
Here we go.
Here
Quick
we are.
passes. Tougher lines it up. Asiri Waka. He's got a great step in, boys. This boy got some wheels. He's looking to flick it to Flutie, but he's not quite going to get it there.
Got some momentum here.
That is from the side. That is
the
cynical,
Advantage,
surely.
you see.
Jack Loader with a dummy pass, but they haven't fallen for that. Wairarapa Bush have got the advantage. They're looking to set up Tristan Flutie.
Oh,
Penalty.
no. Take
They'll
the
go back for the
advantage.
We've got the
penalty.
penalty advantage, thank goodness.
Massive options out on the left with big Andrew Smith.
Quick tap from Jack Loader. He ain't going to pass it. Boom fast. There we go. He's made 3 or 4 metres up the sideline there as Wairarapa Bush look to reset. It is Lewis Bush. Bushy going in. Breaks
There
out of
he
one
is.
tackle. Hits up the rest. He's gone down. He's looking forward to the ball. Daryl Pickering looked to give it out. Oh, boom. Here it is.
Oh, no.
Here it is.
And the Horowhenua will
It's
pick
HK.
this up.
It's HK. They're gonna-
Go, AC.
Oh, it's anyone's.
Go, Smitty. Great dummy there by Andrew Smith.
Oh, that wasn't Soli Malatai. Oh, and the ball's come back. They got it again.
Oh, this is just unbelievable. Rip a rugby, eat your heart out.
Bush, you
Lewis
do it
Bush. Oh, here
again.
it is.
I'd love to see Bush.
Oh, what a great
Set him
look.
unbelievable.
Let him play it.
We've got to knock on though.
Oh, the last play, the passage of the game. How good
Dan
was
looks
it?
at his watch.
Yeah.
That was the most exciting play of the game, gentlemen, in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep, everyone might have asked for a refund up until about 2 minutes ago. They got their money's worth there, didn't they?
Look, it's the price of a hot dog to get in. Let's be honest.
Yep. Look, give us your players of the game. I'm going to look through, look at HK first. HK, number 8, was very solid. Impressed with him. Also,
Callum
whoever
Watts
was wearing the number 3 jersey had a good game. Ryan Shelford obviously led again well. Tyler Tane was good too.
Aaron Lemert, actually, the open side flank,
Yeah.
the Horowhenua Kapiti, I think, had a pretty solid match as well. And Thomas Barnsley get it a bit when he came on, at 22.
Yeah.
And Cody Edwards out of Manawatu with his debut for Horowhenua Kapiti. I don't think we'll be too disappointed with his performance either.
No, and they made their share of mistakes as well. But fortunately, they scored points when it counted, didn't they, Beachy?
Yeah, I think, when they actually held the ball on for a long period of time, that's when they scored their tries. For me, for Horowhenua Kapiti, I really like that Lewis Northcott as well, the blonde-haired winger. I think, for the limited opportunities he had, he kept busy.
Yep.
So he popped up where he needed to be and only inject himself into the game when it wasn't really flowing his way.
Look, and he's got beautiful locks, so definitely adds to it. And if we look at Wairarapa Bush, BG, your picks for today?
Really impressed with Eddie Cranston's defence. I think he led from the front. And likewise, when he was off, I think Andrew Smith stepped into that role quite nicely. Daryl Pickering for both quick distribution and defence and attack, actually, from the halfback position. Tougher, solid in the midfield. They would be my picks.
Yeah, look, I'm going to go tougher for my player of the game. I thought he was solid, added some real punch there from the back. Lewis Bush added impact coming on. Eddie Cranston did. You're right. Was great on defence. Popped up in the right places. Did exactly what you needed from 7.
Yeah, I'd agree with you guys. They were tougher for me. Ran some great lines, good distribution, and those guys in the midfield have to make a power load of tackles in that first half as well. Daryl Pickering, it's like he probably didn't want to be in the action as much as he was. Some of that stuff was probably due to, some of that stuff at ruck times for forwards to be taking care of that, but he had a mountain of a game. 80 minutes from a half-back as well was huge.
Yeah, he made probably more tackles than some forwards did Daryl Pickering today. He wouldn't be used to that. Hopefully he's at work on Monday.
Yeah, look, I know that we've had a number of injuries in the squad, but at the end of the day, no excuses.
Yep.
Every union's in the same position in terms of testing their depth, and we got well tested today.
Yeah, we did. Look, and there's a lot to work with here. There's a lot of positives that come out of today's game. I think for me, it's just those handling errors, and I don't know how you... I do know how you coach that. You make them do burpees, don't you, BG?
Burpees.
How many would that be doing?
Broncos.
That would be Tuesday and Thursday training sorted. They're going to be doing burpees the whole training.
Well, I tell you what,
Yeah.
mate, if we're doing one for every missed tackle, there'd be a fair few to be at training for. But no, nonetheless, it's just about concentrating on the basics. I know it's as cliche as it is, and I guess it's cliche for a reason. Getting back to basics, making sure you mark your man, and working on that pinpoint accuracy. It's depth. It's putting your players in a position where you're there to support as well as potentially hit rucks.
Yeah, but there's always next week. There's still opportunity in the season, and there's still guys to come back into this team as well. So, I look forward to see as they're walking towards us. Sam Siosi, I thought was very solid in that North Otago game that I watched. I think Tipi Ira adds a lot of flair. I think Sammy Walton Sexton would have had great impact today. There's a lot to hold on to there for Wairarapa Bush, and let's hope that they...
Bit of a shout out as well to Jared Hawkins, who's looking a little ginger as he walks off, actually, which is pretty impressive for a ball man. Look, fantastic to see him out there at the tender age of, 36, to come on out there and have a bit of a run. Absolutely fantastic. And let's be honest, the guy's a bit of a legend in South Wairarapa, so good on you, Jared.
And I think on the flip side for Wairarapa Bush, what you guys are talking about as well, I think if you can hold on to the ball, that's less time on defence.
Yep.
So, putting yourself under a lot less pressure there as well. But like I said, a lot of ups there. It's still building together, this team, and guys coming in and out. It is tough, but that's just the way it is sometimes.
CEO Tani Hogan there holding the...
ladies and gentlemen, just on behalf of the Wairarapa Bush Rugby Union, we're just going to...
You guys hear me in the stands? Hey, well done, Noah. Bloody awesome game from me, eh? She was a little bit stop-starty, but it seemed to really work for you guys, and you took control for most of that 80 minutes, so well done to you. It's a pretty special day for our club today, so it's a shame we couldn't get the W, but, back to the drawing board for us. The focus may change from the Meads to the Lahore now, so I think we've got some pretty definitive goals to finish the season. But well done to you guys. You've come over. You've played bloody well. You deserve to be where you are after 3 rounds in the competition, and all the best for the rest of the year, eh?
Congratulations on your 100 games too, Shelby.
Firstly, I'd just like to acknowledge Wairarapa in their 50th year anniversary. We celebrated our milestone in 2018, and I know what it's like and I know what it means, and you boys fought right to the 80th minute. I don't think the score quite reflects the game, but I'll leave that for the aftermatch speech, and just want to acknowledge you boys and wish you all the best for the rest of your season. We will take this tonight and we'll fill it up with Coke Zero, because we're watching our figures, as you can see, and I just thank you very much, and we'll humbly accept this. Thank you.
Thanks, Shelby. As I say, we'll have the formalities and the formal speeches up there, but this trophy just means what happens on the field. So everyone, be safe, enjoy, and we will see you later tonight at the Wairarapa College for the 50th anniversary dinner. Thank you.